everyone, and welcome back to Inno Wonders. So it's been a while since I've uploaded on this channel and filmed a vlog, and I was doing so well. I was doing so well with like vlogging consistently for a while, and I just wanted to kind of do this quick update or catch up because I think I do want to keep uploading on this channel. But right now, I just kind of wanted to fill you guys in on what's been happening with me the past few months. The internet says these kinds of videos aren't trendy or that no one really cares. But I don't think that's true. I think that for small creators such as myself, more than an audience or like viewers, what we have on here are friends and an online community. And yeah, so anyway, I think the last video that I uploaded was actually a live stream that I did back in either very early March or very late February, where I was just talking about love and heartbreak and random stuff like that. And I guess like in March I stopped vlogging because my best friend of 20 years at that point passed away. A lot of you guys might be familiar with her because I used to talk about her a lot, and I think there were a few vlogs like from way back when, like 2016 or something, where she was there. And it was very difficult for me to process, still is, just because it seemed so unreal that she died, and also the timing was terrible. I found out that she passed away when I was on my way to the airport for a work trip, and in my line of work we can't really change travel plans without office approval, and our head office is not in the country, blah blah blah, and it's really difficult. And it felt like if I canceled at that point, it just would take so long that I may as well have stayed for the entire trip. So I ended up going on that work trip and staying, and just the mental and emotional restraint, I guess, that it took to have to sit through that, knowing that I was missing her wake, her funeral. It was really, really difficult. Yeah, so she passed away March 6th, and then March 6 to 12, I was in Cebu for a work trip. It was really difficult. It was really difficult for me. And after that, I feel like everything in work just picked up. We had the national elections, and that was a whole other emotional thing to deal with. So I just felt like it was a time to just let myself breathe a little bit. And so I wasn't able to upload a lot, but here we are, right? I'm trying to kind of pick up the thread again. Every time I think about this channel, I always think about like, what is there? What more is there for me to say or to do? And I guess I'd like to do more videos that center around, books, but also maybe grad school life, blah blah blah. I don't know. And speaking of grad school, I'm defending my thesis, like my final thesis, June 4th. So it also feels good to be closing that chapter of my life, because poetry is such a tedious art. It's not for the faint of heart, honestly. It's basically consigning raw emotional material to this form that's very restrictive, and just very obsessed with form, with the particularities of form. And for now, I think I just needed to finish that, close that chapter in my life, and breathe. So it feels good. It feels good to have that pretty much in the bag, and I look forward to my graduation. Definitely gonna vlog that if I have the mental capacity to. And I'm really, really hoping that it's gonna be in person, because in my undergrad, I didn't march. Yeah, I didn't do the whole graduation march thing because I wasn't graduating with any of my batchmates because I shifted degrees, so I wouldn't know anyone there. And also, I started working pretty early. Like, I was done with school, but it wasn't graduation time yet. I think there's like a 2 or 3 month period, and I started working, and I didn't have any leaves yet at that time. So yeah, it was interesting. Yeah, and at that time it didn't seem to matter, but I think getting older has made me kind of like a super sentimental fool, and I really wanna graduate with you know, the gown and the cap, and I want my mom to be proud of me too and to feel that. So I told her that if it's in person, then we should definitely go. Yeah, so there you go. Yeah, career-wise, I'm not really sure, honestly, what I'm doing, but I'm just trying my best, you know. We'll just wing it and we'll see where that goes. Yeah, I also might apply to teach at the university. That's something that I've always wanted to do, and hopefully we'll get there. I have also been reading, hold on. I'm not sure where I put my books actually, because I've been traveling. I just got home from like 2 weeks of travel from Palawan and Pampanga. So 2 piece and very far away places. Yeah, anyway, I don't know where my books are, but I finished reading Crying in H Mart by Michelle Zauner, aka Japanese Breakfast, and it was really good. I feel like I just needed to read a book that was preoccupied with grief and which could kind of, you know, talk about a lot of things that I had difficulty verbalizing and difficulty coming to terms with, and it's such a good book. Yeah, it's such a good book. It's about Michelle Zauner kind of dealing with the death of her mom and using food and cooking and getting in touch with her heritage, because she's half American, half Korean. And yeah, just thinking back on the things that her mother would do as acts of love and acts of care for her that she didn't fully appreciate until her mother passed away. Yeah, it was so good. It was really good, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. I started reading a book by Eve Babbitt, but I guess I wasn't in the right headspace for it. I just wasn't in the frame of mind to be thinking about, you know, love and glamour and sex in the 60s in California. I was in a kind of gloomy and doomy mood, so Crying in H Mart was more my speed. I've been trying to read more also of On Freedom by Maggie Nelson, but again, very theoretical book, even for Maggie Nelson, so it's been kind of difficult to get through. I also read At the End of the World, I Was Thinking of the Forest. Yeah, something like that, by Glenn Diaz, and I really like that one. It's good. It's like literary criticism, lyrical essay, and also kind of poetry sprinkled in there, and it's a meditation on love, national identity, and how the forests are so taken for granted, but they represent so many things, especially in the context of Filipino experience. Yeah, my favorite section there is where he talks about Noli Me Tangere and the big role that the forests play there, as refuge, as like a place where rebellion can grow. And yeah, it's a very interesting book, and it's very thin. It's just like this thin. So if you guys ever wanna check it out, you guys should go to Paper Trail Projects on Instagram and order a copy. I also read Chingbi's new book, which is called, and I have no idea where I put it, but yeah, it's Conchitina Cruz, aka Chingbi's new book. And I always forget the title of this. Hold on, let me check actually, because I'm right beside my computer. Hold on. There you go. It's called Modus by Chingbi, and this is really good too. I was talking to a friend of mine about it, and he was saying that like he didn't like it as much as her other stuff because it didn't seem as tight. And I was saying that yeah, I totally get that. Like I see how if her older work is something you particularly enjoy, it'd be kind of difficult to adjust to her new style. But that said, I also really liked it because there's a kind of like ease and looseness in the form that I find really resonated with me. So yeah, it's very good. It talks about kind of implicit tensions within relationships. And as usual, there's a lot of imagery that's very distinctly Metro Manila, which I think is always refreshing, and it's always fun to read about from Chingbi. So yeah, yeah, I think that's it. And also, I hope this kind of format isn't too bad. This is kind of all I have the appetite for right now, so maybe a lot more talking vlogs soon. See you guys.